Most people want financial success. They want more money, more freedom, more confidence, and a better future. But many people are never taught how money really works. They are taught to work hard. They are taught to get a job. They are taught to earn a paycheck. But they are not always taught how to build assets, understand cash flow, think like an entrepreneur, or make money work for them. That is one of the reasons Robert Kiyosaki's ideas became so popular. Whether people agree with everything he says or not, his message challenged the traditional way many people think about money. So in this video, I want to break down 7 Robert Kiyosaki-inspired rules for money, business, and success. These are not get-rich-quick ideas. They are simple principles about financial education, assets, mindset, business, risk, and long-term thinking. And before we continue, please subscribe, like this video, and leave a comment below. That really helps us grow the channel and helps more people find simple lessons on money, business, and smarter financial decisions. Let's start with rule number 1. Rule number 1 is, financial education matters more than most people think. This is one of the biggest themes in Robert Kiyosaki's work. Many people go through school, get a job, earn money, and still do not understand basic financial principles. They do not understand assets. They do not understand liabilities. They do not understand cash flow. They do not understand taxes. They do not understand how debt can help or hurt. They do not understand how wealth is actually built. And because they do not understand these things, they often make decisions based on fear, pressure, or what everyone else is doing. Financial education does not mean you need to become a financial expert overnight. It means you need to learn the language of money. Because if you do not understand money, money will often control you. For example, a person may earn a good salary, but if they do not understand spending, debt, and cash flow, they may still stay financially stuck. Another person may earn less, but if they understand money better, they may slowly build stability and wealth over time. The rule is simple. Do not only work for money. Learn how money works. Rule number 2 is, know the difference between assets and liabilities. This may be the most famous financial lesson connected with Robert Kiyosaki. In simple language, an asset is something that puts money into your pocket. A liability is something that takes money out of your pocket. Now, in formal accounting, the definition can be more technical. But for everyday financial thinking, this simple idea is very powerful. Many people buy things they think are assets, but those things actually drain their cash every month. For example, a car may have value, but if it only creates payments, repairs, fuel costs, insurance, and stress, then in practical cash flow terms, it behaves more like a liability. A house can be valuable, but if it only costs money every month and produces no income, it may not function like a true income-producing asset. On the other hand, a rental property, a profitable business, an investment, a digital product, or a skill that helps you earn more can function more like an asset. The key question is not only, do I own this? The better question is, does this help me financially, or does it drain me financially? That question can change the way you see money. A lot of people want to look successful. They want the car, the clothes, the house, the lifestyle, and the image. But looking successful is not the same as being financially strong. This is where cash flow matters. Cash flow is the movement of money in and out of your life or your business. If money comes in, but all of it goes out immediately, you may look fine from the outside, but financially you are fragile. This applies to people and businesses. A business can have big sales and still struggle if expenses are too high and cash flow is weak. A person can have a high income and still feel broke if debt, lifestyle, and monthly obligations consume everything. That is why smart money thinking is not only about income. It is about what stays. It is about what grows. It is about what produces more value. It is about whether your financial life is getting stronger or weaker over time. The rule is simple. Do not build your financial life around looking rich. Build it around strong cash flow. Rule number 4 is, make money work for you. This is another big idea often associated with Kiyosaki's philosophy. Most people are trained to work for money. They trade time for income. They work hours, days, weeks, and months, and then receive a paycheck. There is nothing wrong with working. Work is good. Skill is good. A salary can be useful. A job can help you survive and build discipline. But if your whole financial life depends only on your direct labor, then your income is limited by your time, energy, and health. That is why wealth building often requires learning how to make money work for you. This means slowly building assets that can produce income, grow in value, or support your future. That could include investments. It could include real estate. It could include a business. It could include intellectual property. It could include digital products. It could include systems that create income over time. The beginner version of this rule is not complicated. Start asking, how can I use money wisely today so it can help me tomorrow? That is a powerful shift. Instead of money only being something you spend, money becomes something you direct. Rule number 5 is, think like an owner, not only like an employee. This is an important business mindset. An employee mindset often asks, how much will I get paid for my time? An owner mindset asks, what value can I create, build, own, or scale? Both ways of thinking can be useful. But if someone only thinks like an employee, they may stay focused only on salary, security, and immediate income. An owner thinks differently. An owner thinks about systems, customers, offers, assets, cash flow, risk, leverage, long-term value. This does not mean everyone must quit their job and start a business immediately. That would be foolish advice. But it does mean everyone can begin learning to think more like a builder. Even if you work a job, you can build skills. You can build savings. You can build side income. You can build relationships. You can build understanding. You can build assets over time. The rule is not hate your job. The rule is, do not let your job become the only way you think about money. Rule number 6 is, learn to understand risk. Many people think investing or business is risky. And yes, it can be. But Kiyosaki often makes the point that ignorance is also risky. Not understanding money is risky. Depending on only one income is risky. Carrying bad debt is risky. Buying liabilities while thinking they are assets is risky. Never learning how markets, businesses, or cash flow work is risky. The goal is not to be reckless. The goal is to become educated enough to take smarter risks. There is a big difference between gambling and calculated risk. Gambling says, I hope this works. Calculated risk says, I have studied this. I understand the downside. I know what I can afford. I have a plan. That is very different. For beginners, the first step is not to risk everything. The first step is to learn. Read. Study. Ask better questions. Start small. Understand what you are doing before you put serious money into it. The rule is simple. Risk becomes more dangerous when you do not understand what you are doing. Rule number 7 is, your mindset shapes your financial future. Money is not only numbers. Money is also mindset. If you believe you can never learn, you probably will not try. If you believe all rich people are just lucky or dishonest, you may never study what financially wise people do differently. If you believe your salary is your only future, you may never build assets. If you believe mistakes are final, you may avoid growth. Mindset matters because it shapes your behavior, and behavior shapes results. A strong financial mindset asks better questions. Not, why is life unfair? But, what can I learn? Not, how can I look successful? But, how can I become financially stronger? Not, how can I make money fast? But, how can I build value over time? This kind of thinking changes everything, because wealth is not built only with money. It is built with decisions, habits, knowledge, responsibility, patience, and a willingness to keep learning. So let's bring all 7 rules together. Rule number 1, financial education matters. Rule number 2, know the difference between assets and liabilities. Rule number 3, cash flow is more important than appearance. Rule number 4, make money work for you. Rule number 5, think like an owner, not only like an employee. Rule number 6, learn to understand risk. And rule number 7, your mindset shapes your financial future. These ideas are powerful because they shift the focus. Instead of only asking, how do I earn more money? You begin asking, how do I understand money better? How do I build assets? How do I create cash flow? How do I think like a builder? How do I become more financially intelligent? How do I make wiser decisions over time? Those are better questions. And better questions usually lead to better decisions. Now here's the most important thing. Do not take any financial idea blindly. Do not follow any author, teacher, investor, or influencer without thinking for yourself. Learn the principles. Study carefully. Use wisdom. Understand your own situation. And make responsible decisions. That is real financial maturity. So here is your action step. Choose one of these 7 rules and apply it this week. Maybe you need to track your cash flow. Maybe you need to learn the difference between assets and liabilities. Maybe you need to read one financial book. Maybe you need to stop buying things just to look successful. Maybe you need to start thinking like an owner. Maybe you need to improve your mindset. Choose one rule, then take one small action. Because real financial success usually does not come from one big emotional decision. It comes from better thinking, repeated over time. If this video helped you, subscribe to Business Made Simple, like the video, and leave a comment below telling me which of these 7 rules you think matters most today. That really helps us grow the channel, and I appreciate it. Thanks for watching.